morning, guys. It is me, Clarissa, here on Clarissa Says, where Clarissa says it all, and that is how I feel. So we are talking about Tamla Horsford. If you have not heard about this beautiful melanated queen, I am about to fill you guys in. So go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Hit the notification bell on the right side of the screen. My left, your right. Yeah. Go ahead and make sure you sit tight for this video because this is not something that you want to miss. You want to get all the details of this video, and I'm going to give it to you for real. Because this kind of stuff needs to stop. Okay, guys, so let's just jump right into what happened to Tamla Horsford. This is what the stories are saying. They're saying that she went to a sleepover. It was a adult sleepover. You know, stories say that it was actually a mom's football sleepover. And so she went to the sleepover, and I'm going to put it out there, she was the only melanated queen there. Melanated goddess, whatever you want to call you, African queen, someone of color. She was the only person there of color. And I have to put this out there because when we talk about where she's at in Forsyth. It's a country place in Georgia, honey. Let me just put it that way. And if you guys do not understand, I know we are in 2019, but racism still exists, prejudice still exists, and the southern states where people have been generational taught to be racist and prejudiced to people of color still exists. Even though we have so much of us in the media, even though technically we are the majority, but they want to tell us that we're the minority, but we're the majority, people of color. There's more people of color in the world than there are people without color or people without melanin, because even when you say quote unquote white, no one is technically white. Like, even the pellets of the pellets still have some pigment. It may not be a brown or a yellow or a cream undertone. Might be a red undertone or like a burgundy undertone, but you have some color in you. It may not be, you know, my complexion or darker or even lighter in this case, but you have some complexion. So I don't believe in the terms white, and I don't believe in the terms black, because anybody that is African American or melanated or indigenous of America or indigenous of the United States or indigenous of the world altogether, they're not even like black. Even if you're black, you have an undertone. You may be silver, you may be berry color, you may be purple under your tone, you might still have a brown undertone, even like you're quote unquote dark skin. But I have yet to meet someone that was black on black, like, yet. Anyways, just to put it out there, this is not about any of this, but I have to say this because that is very important in this story about what happened to Tamla. So let's go ahead and jump into it, right? So Tamla goes to this slumber party, this adult slumber party, and we as adults, we still are young. We still have our get outs. We still have our, little friends. And I said get out for a reason because it's kind of remind me of like Get Out, but let's not get into that right now. So, we go out sometimes. We hang out with our friends. Like I stated, it was a summer party for, a kids' football team. So basically the moms, the PTA team, all of them get together. They have fun. You have to know the people you're around. So I wouldn't have looked at it weird. I mean, if she's in a country area like the county of Forsyth. I wrote it down, you guys. That's why I have to really get the spelling of it. So Forsyth, a county like Forsyth, where you don't even know what it is. It's nowhere near Atlanta. It's nowhere near like any place that you can kind of like pinpoint in Georgia. It's in the country of the country, guys. Like, you're in the country. Back roads, cows, forest stuff. Country, okay? Generation to generation of people that have land that's not selling it to the corporate America for them to come build upon. Matter of fact, corporate America is not even trying to see where these people are at. They're not even trying to come build up over. They're not even trying to build houses over that. It's the country, okay? So with that being said, as someone that's melanated, you gotta be very mindful of who you're putting yourself around. Now, like I said, she went to this event because of her child, and it was a mom's football slumber party, and being that she's in this country area, she most likely than not was probably like, one of the 10%, maybe even 5% or lower of melanated or African American people that literally live within this county. Like, the percentage of them are very low. Like, of people of color, very, very low. So it is not uncanny for her to be the only person there of color, because there are not that many people within the Forsyth County that are actually melanated people. So when you do move somewhere, just for the put out there, be mindful of your area. I mean, I know it's 2019, and I know that people are supposed to take you for who you are. Maybe she was offered a really good position. Maybe she was living there prior and she grew up there. I don't really know her full background of, you know, how she got to Forsyth County. But I do know for those that are looking for newer places that are cheaper, more affordable, most likely than not, it's going to be in a country area. So just pay attention to the, I guess, ratio of people that are like you compared to people that are not like you. And if you do not pay attention to that and you do not care, because again, you should not care, be mindful of who you put yourself around. Because just because they're in your face, smiling, kiki, laughing, everything's all good, happy-go-lucky, it's that undertone. If your guilt, if you're feeling in your gut, tell you something, if you get that first initial instinct, you better go with it. I don't care if it's just one person. That one person, that group of 4 people that may not be like that, but that one person still around that one the other people, the whole group of other people. And guess what? That one person can turn all that group against you because there's no one else around you. And I mean, hey, I would not go anywhere by myself. I mean, anywhere by myself. Okay, yes, I may be the only black or melanated person that, African American person that agreed to go to this thing, but who? I would not have been there by myself. I would have brought with my kids, my husband, my friend, even though she's not on the PTA team. I do not care. Somebody is coming with me. Matter of fact, bring your sisters, aunties, everybody come with me. I'm not going to live by myself. Like, not in these country areas. No. No. Oh my gosh. And then this story gets me so agitated because I'm going to read you guys the article real quick, but I want to go into it. This story gets me so agitated because they say, okay, so Tamla was found at 9 a.m. face down. And this is my commentary again. So for those of you that have your own opinions, go ahead and leave them in the comment section down below. I'm here for you guys to talk to me about it because, again, this is one of my sisters. You know, at the end of the day, everyone is connected, but because someone looks like me, just like me, my soul, my energy, for a fact, all the way through and through, this is one of my family members. And for them to try and say all of this stuff to make it seem like, basically, I feel like if you guys have not heard about the story, we're going to go into it, but just to give my commentary really quickly, they make it seem like, okay, you know, anytime it's a situation where an African American or a melanated person dies, you know, without reasonable cause, because, okay, she fell off a balcony, yeah, right. No, we're not stupid. We're not stupid. She may have fell off the balcony because someone pushed her off the balcony. She may have fell off the balcony because she probably tried to climb off the balcony. Maybe you guys locked her out and she's just trying to get back in. There was some kind of joke, some kind of something that was going on. You know, something has to have happened for her to even go outside. Like, all the evidence sounds like it was planted. Everything sounds like it was planted. But we're going to get into those in a couple of minutes. So just give me 2 minutes to get you guys to where we need to be for this article that I'm going to read to you guys. So you guys, people always say, whenever there's an African American melanated person that has a mishap kind of situation of death, they always try to say they're on some kind of substance. They always try to say they were drunk. They always try to say that they were smoking. They always try to say they were intoxicated. That ish pisses me off. Like, okay, if they were not. Apparently, if she was there, wait, let's back this up. For Tamla's example, if Tamla was there and this is a sleepover and she bought whatever, because they said that she bought weed and she bought papers and it was inside of her purse. Okay, fine, dandy. What about all the people that were around here? I'm pretty sure that they took part. No one partaking in this. Did you guys really do a drug test on all those people that attended that party? No, you did not. And I know that for a fact. You're not just as all those people. So, they found Xanax in her body, and they found weed in her body, and she was over the limit of intoxication. And over the limit intoxication is like 2 glasses of wine. I'm just saying it. I'm just putting it out there. If you guys really go through the history of the story and really go through the details, 2 glasses of wine can be over intoxication. So you guys telling me that nobody else at that party was not over intoxicated at the moment. Y'all get me mad. And even then, to go a little further, that has nothing to do with her dying. Like, that has nothing to do with her death. We didn't say that, oh, she overdosed. No, she fell off a balcony face down, and to put it out there, just to put it out there to make you guys really understand before I go into this article, not even that, they didn't tell the cops for a whole 2 hours later. So they waited 2 hours. So that means 7, 8, 9. Y'all waited. It was 7 o'clock in the morning when y'all found her. Then technically, it was 7 o'clock in the morning when you guys found her. So y'all saw her. Y'all saw, that is the most disgusting thing of my life. They didn't say it took them 2 hours to get there, because I know they're in the country. They didn't say it took, the ambulance and the police and all the people that dared to, assist her to try to make her live and revive her 2 hours to get there. It said they took the people there in that room, in that hotel, not a hotel, in that house, as I said, the people that were there, right? 2 hours to call the cops. Now, what the hell were you doing for a whole 2 hours? Like a whole 2 hours? Okay, 2 minutes? All right. 30 minutes at the most. I mean, even 30 minutes is a long time. Okay, 5 minutes to try to live her up. But even if it's so many of y'all there, one person trying to make her life, get back to life, and the other person will be trying to call the cops instantly. Someone is dead in your backyard. I want you guys to understand that. Someone was dead in their backyard, and they say it took them 2 hours to call the cops. That is a huge red-ass flag. And I don't curse that much, but this is the stuff that I'm talking about. Like 2 hours to call for my sister. 2 hours to call for her. Y'all better look at the signs. Y'all better look at the signs. And then before we get into this, one of the people, his name was Jose. Jose was is the owner, girlfriend of the house. Okay? No. Boy's the owner, no, girlfriend, no. Jose is one of the owners of the house, basically. The girlfriend was the one who called originally. That's why I'm just getting so upset, guys. But basically, when we get into the details, you'll see that someone called the original girlfriend of Jose, which is one of the homeowners of the house. Called the 911 call, and she does not sound a bit like frazzled, like if someone literally just died in their backyard from falling off of a balcony. And none of this heat. They sound too calm, and I'll do another video on that. But just to put it out there, Jose, right? Jose is the one who literally was calming it down, trying to make everybody, I feel like, came together with the idea. And it's just really frustrating to me. So he ended up getting fired. Why did he get fired from his job? People don't know. So he worked within the district's office. He was actually, involved with the files. Like, he actually had access to files and worked within the courts and worked with the police. And he ended up getting fired from his job. Why did he get fired? Oh, he was tampering evidence. So why are you looking into Tamla's file? Like, Jose went and looked into her file, and I believe we're trying to switch around things within her file. He got caught, and they fired him. But word has said that he is now currently back employed, and I don't understand why. I don't know what this was. Was this a sacrifice kind of situation? Was this you guys trying to steal her soul? I don't know what was going on. I don't know. It reminds me of that Get Out movie. I don't know. They say, and to go into details, they, further on down the road, when people now starting to hear the story, they were saying, that they didn't want her to leave, and when she was trying to leave, they started getting upset with her. I know we fun. I know we cool people, but when it's time to go, there was a reason why she was trying to go. There was a reason why they was trying to go. And then, just to put it out there, and after this, we're going to write into this article, to put it out there, they say that the injuries that she had, okay, there were some injuries that initially can be proven for blunt force from a balcony. But there were other injuries that she had, for instance, like stuff like marks on her ankles and beat up in her face and all of that could not have happened from a fall. Okay? Which brings me back to what I said. Maybe they beat her up, when she tried to leave, and she tried to find somewhere to go, and it just so happened that the only place that she found to hide or to get away was the balcony, and they locked her out the balcony. They locked her onto the balcony. And then from there, allegedly, because I don't know what really happened, this is what my mind puts together. And then from there, she tried to get off of the balcony and probably fell. Or from there, they came out the door and they pushed her off of the balcony. Those are the only two solutions I can really think logically as to what really happened, because she was beat and she had stuff over her. She had marks on her arms and legs, stuff like that. Like they had to have done one of those two things I just explained to you guys for her to have died the way that she died. And then cover their tracks with Jose's bright plan, because if you, again, I'm going to go ahead and record the call for you guys, another video, so just look out for that video. And I'm going to record so you guys can hear. Have the girlfriend get on the phone first and talk all calm because they're one of the owners, because she's one of the owners, and then have Jose, because again, he knows about the force. He's one of them. He works within the courthouse. He works within the office of the police officers. He works in the state attorney's office. So he knows what to say, what not to say. So now I'm going to coach you. You do this and you say this. We will not get in trouble. And then when it's too much information, I'm going to get on the phone, which is literally what happened. And either way, nobody on the phone sounded hysteric. No one sounded hysterical, and no one sounded like it was a sense of urgency. They were just too calm. Someone was found in your house, face down, dead, and all you can say is she's still, yeah, no, she's still, and we can't retest her. Basically, she's dead. She's just still. Is she alive? No, she's still. The lady said, is she alive? Is she breathing? And you say, no, she's still. Someone could be still but not be dead. It's wording. So we're not going to go into that now, because that's another video. Watch out for that video. I will do that video later on today, or maybe first thing tomorrow. Actually, first thing tomorrow. But for this, I just need to get all that off my chest. And now that it's off my chest, you can move forward into this article. So this article is titled, What Happened to Tamla Horsford? That was my commentary. And if you guys want to add anything to that, go ahead and add, to it. Put your information down on my link down below, my description box down below, and your comments down below. Make sure to subscribe, share, and, watch this video, because this is, this is some bullshit. Like, I say, I'm getting upset. I'm getting burpy and stuff. Like, this is too much. This is too much. Like, this is way too much. You guys just want to lie like that? Like, this is someone's life. She has 5 kids. 5 kids that she's leaving behind. And you guys want to just say, oh, she was found face down, and call police 2 hours later? Give me that bullshit. That's for the birds, man. That ain't real. That's for the birds, man. We all know there's some deeper, there's something else that fucking happened there. There's something else that really we're missing. I don't know if they planned this to do this to this girl. I don't know if they just having so much fun. They were all messed up and they were mad that she was going to go, and they all decided to gang up on her because she was the only one. That's why you never go anywhere by yourself. You don't ever go anywhere by yourself. But let's go ahead and get into the story. This story is from blackamericaweb.com by Tanya Pendleton. And it says that Georgia wife and mother Tamla Horsford went to an adult sleepover party in Georgia's notoriously racist Forsyth County on November 3rd, 2018. Let's pause there. It is March 26th, 2019. And it's a how long to get down in the public media. I mean, yesterday it was trending on Facebook like everywhere. But it took a whole November, December, January, February, March, 4 months. 4 months for it to get public. Let this be the switcheroo where it's all black party and all African American party or all melanated party, and one Caucasian or non-melanated person or white person, as you guys call it, was at a party and ended up face down in someone's backyard, falling off a balcony. They would have the whole entire family arrested. Every single party person that was at that party would be arrested. Every single person that may have had any information may be arrested. The people that quote unquote, because in this case they said there's some people that left the party. Yeah, people that left the party also would have been arrested, questioned, and everything. And it's 4 months later, and we just know it in the public. Yeah, we bent. Let's go into the story. Let's go continue. So this happened on November 3rd, 2018. She never made it home that night, and that is perhaps the only thing that anyone could definitely agree on, and what has become a mystery gaining traction on social media. Now, what I want to know is, most houses, especially in the country, have cameras. So did this house not have cameras? Were the cameras not working that night? Did they clear the cameras off that night? I mean, the balcony is one of the places that don't have a camera, so where the camera? I'm just saying, where's the footage? Where, maybe they don't have cameras there. Maybe they played this ahead of time and decided not to have a camera at all and uninstalled them. Like, what's up? Because there has to be some kind of evidence on what really happened. Somebody had to have some evidence. So Horsford, 40 years old, a married mother of 5, was found dead the next morning at 9 a.m. Technically, I feel like it's 7 a.m., but they said 2 hours later. Everybody say 9. It was 7 a.m. when she was found. Maybe even earlier, to be real. Other attendees, all white, say that she died after a fall from the home's deck while intoxicated, of course. The final report released by the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office concludes that Horsford injuries are consistent with a fall, okay? But others are wondering how Horsford fell and went unnoticed until 9 a.m. when they called the freaking cops, okay? The next day, and if the severity of her injuries indicates anything else may have happened, which they do, but they're not going to go into that. They haven't gone into it, but they better go into it now. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So to further add to the mystery, the boyfriend of the homeowner, Jose Barrera, the boyfriend who we were talking about earlier, the one who were coaching everyone, the one who also works inside of the office of the, the county and all that, who also is heard on the 911 call, who worked in the Forsyth County of Courts, like I already told you guys, accessed the files from the incident report, and for Horsford's friend, Michelle Graves. Michelle Graves is the friend that has been putting in the work. She's a legit friend. I need those friends. If you want those friends, give me a call. Give me a holler. Give me a ring. Put your comments down below. Let me know. Because Michelle Graves was like, heck no. My sister didn't do that. My sister did not die like that. She has been going hard and strong for her friend. So Michelle Graves also has been involved because she wants to know what happened to her friend. So let's go back a little bit. He assessed the files. Jose Barrera, who works within the Forsyth County, of course, assessed the files from the incident report. Again, why are you looking into those files? Why are you looking into the report? If you know she fell off the balcony, what else is there to look for? Like, what else is there to look? I don't know. So, and they assessed the files from the incident report and for Horsford's friend, Michelle Graves, who was asking for further investigation of the matter. Graves says that excess information on her and her family, he also accessed, Graves says he accessed information on her and her family. So basically, Graves went into details about how Jose was also looking into Michelle's information and her family's information. Basically, I feel like looking for things to blackmail her on. Probably keep quiet. Maybe she's looking too deep. Well, I don't know. I'm just trying to put it out there. And also on Tamla's cases as well, to see what he can find. Why are you looking for those details? I don't understand. He was ultimately fired. In this case, he said he was ultimately fired, but there is sources saying that he is technically employed as of today. He may be fired again. I'm not sure. Maybe suspended, like all suspended. But he was fired because he went through people's files. He should not have been going through his files. He was just tampering evidence because there's an active case going on because a woman was found dead in their yard, and that makes no sense. So photos from the party was released, and photos from the party was released in the investigation report showing a smiling Horsford in pajamas, seemingly having a good time with several female and male guests. In total, there were 9 guests at this party, not including Horsford. So not including Horsford, there were 9 guests, so 10 altogether. The homeowner, Janine Myers, which is the lady I was telling you about, that is his girlfriend, Janine Myers, and then the boyfriend, Jose, were the homeowners, okay? So, according to the blood alcohol report, it says that, Horsford blood alcohol level was higher. She was actually in the area of 120 pounds and was considered legally drunk for women and is approximately to have about 6 drinks, okay? Now, Barrera told the police Horsford was very social and ended up being the very last person to actually go to sleep. When the group last saw her, she said that she was heading to the deck to smoke, the alibi here. And the next morning, Myers' aunt found her face down in the backyard. So Myers' aunt, which is Janine Myers, the girlfriend of Jose, the auntie was also at the party, some party, and she was the one who found Horsford face down, quote unquote, that morning. So although the only visible injuries the police saw at first were a broken wrist, which would make sense because of, everything, and cuts on her shins, on her legs, the final autopsy report indicated blunt force injuries, including a broken neck, a subdural hematoma, and a torn heart muscle. Although those injuries, according to police report, are inconsistent with the ground level fall. Let's put it out there. A ground level fall, if you're from a balcony, you may get hurt, but those are a lot of things to have gotten broken. But let's keep going. They are consistent with the fall off the deck. So they're inconsistent with a ground level fall, if you fall from a ground level. But when you come, from a deck where it has force, you can get these kind of things. But let's be real. Some of these injuries are at miss here. So, which was approximately 16 feet from the ground. So she had a 16 feet level, deck, or should I say Barrera, and Myers had a 16 feet level deck, and she had a 16 feet fall from that deck. So the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office has released an investigation report and declared that Horsford's case be closed. The hell it is, not today, and no, it will not be. Because that's not what happened. Y'all missing a lot of energy there, a lot of sources there, a lot of details that are missing there. No, it is not close. That's not it. What happened? No. Yeah. But her family has retained a lawyer and wants answers. So do we and all the other brothers and sisters out there. That we are there with you, girl, and we want the answers too. Some social media users have suggested that a high blood alcohol content can help people withstand serious injuries, which turns out to be true. That is a fact. Man, for real. If you are really messed up and something happens to you, you don't remember. So maybe 2 days later when you feel it, it's like, oh, what did I do? That is a true story. And even though she fell from a balcony or a deck, people fall from balconies decks all day and get up. Okay, you may have a broken leg, may have a broken arm, may have a broken wrist, but you don't, a lot of people, it's just a very rare case where you really do die. It's not like she was 50 feet in the air. It was 16 feet. 16 feet. Some people, if you have good jumps, mind you, she was short, okay? But if you were a taller person, 6 feet, let's do it. That means you only got 10 feet to go, right? You can probably jump 10 feet and survive and not hurt yourself, to be honest. Maybe it was the way that she fell over that she had no force to get on her feet and, she just fell flat down. Maybe she was already, just put it out there, maybe she was already, dead at this moment when she fell over. That can be a case too. Maybe when she fell over, she was already dead. Because you don't have the details. Just because they tell you something that she went outside, that's when they seen her was on the balcony. No, that's not the truth. There's something about this that we are missing. So, like I said, that can be a solution. Maybe she was already dead when she fell over. Maybe they drugged her drink or something, and we don't know, but there's something else that is there. Okay. So, I want the truth of what's going on because, the stories I've heard so far, none of them make sense, Horsford's husband said. And Linder Horsford told the Forsyth County News, and if they don't make sense, usually there's a reason they don't make sense. So, when cases don't make sense, there's a reason why they don't make sense because they're literally, not telling the truth. Okay, a statement issued by the homeowner attorney. So the homeowners, again, which is Myers and Barrera, Jose, attorney, several days ago, said, basically, I'm going to skip a part, basically said, and he's representing the other guests of the party as well. He said, it has been 190 days since the tragic death of Tamla Horsford. Okay. 109 days of the families and friends of Tamla Horsford being in limbo as to answers regarding the tragic death. Okay, I can see where this is going. 109 days of not being able to properly grieve their loved one. 109 days filled with misinformation, false information, and in some cases a blatant disregard for truth. Y'all, I'm not reading any more of this 109 day bullshit. It's been 109 days since these 5 kids have not seen a mom. It's been 109 days since this what's his man name? Leonard, whatever, Mr. Horsford. I can't get his name right now, but Mr. Horsford, what's his name? What is his name here? I don't want to be disrespectful, so I'm gonna call him by his first name. Lenander. It's been 109 days since Lenander Horsford has been able to hold his wife, kiss his wife, hug his wife, cuddle with his wife, know where his wife is at, enjoy his wife, have his wife there by his side, have her for her strength. It's been 109 days since they've not been able. It's been 109 days since they've been grieving. Don't be playing that. Ooh, don't be playing that game with me. Don't be trying to put that out there, that guilt trip of feeling guilty for these people that were involved with this heinous crime. Like, I know that he's an attorney, but he know what's up. Like, he know what's up. He know what's up. Don't be trying to do that guilt stuff, because we can go back and forth with our guilt. Our guilt is guilt too. It's been 109 days since y'all really have not told the truth about this girl. It's been 109 days since we have actually been out in the public with information. But what the hell, why it took 109 days for us to know about this? I was talking about 109 days. It's been 109 days since she's been in the ground rotting. We're talking about 109 days. It's been 109 days since we got to a concurrent conclusion as to why she technically died. Because the fall of the balcony is not it. Talk about 109 days. So I'm going to just skip that part. If y'all want to read it, I'll leave this, I'll go back and edit my video. Oh, no, I'm going to edit it. Sorry. I'll go back, and when I edit my video, I will leave this article, blackamericaweb.com, from blackamericaweb.com, inside of my description box, so you can click it and it will take you right to this article. But I'm not reading any more of this lawyer, attorney, whatever they gotta say, because he's also taking care of all the people. So that means everybody. It basically went on Treyway, for instance. Everybody know about, Tekashi. We don't bend these motherfucking, Treyway. They all got a silent system going on, because there's only one attorney for everyone. And normally, that's the case. They can have different attorneys, but no, there's one attorney for all of them, to make sure that every last one of the people that are within this case, for the attorney on the, on the Barrera and Myers side, the homeowner's side, all are on the same page, all in one accordance. And so they're putting themselves all together, so therefore no one can mess up, no one can say the wrong thing, because they're always trained and coached by the same attorney, and they're always trained and coached for the same situations to say the same things. So I'm going to just skip that, because that just made me mad. But if you guys want to read it, go ahead and click the description box and link in the description box, because it will be there. And we're not going to talk about that. Yeah. I'll do the ending part. Basically, the very last paragraph says, specifically addressing the concerns, quote unquote, with the case. I don't know why there's quote unquote concerns. I don't know why there's quotation marks in between one on one side of concern and on one on the other side of concerns. I don't understand why, because it's not a quote unquote concerns. This is real concern, quote unquote, my ass. It's real concerns. We are really concerned about this lady. Something really happened and y'all not telling the truth. So, and it's specifically addressing the concerns with the case. The homeowner called 911 immediately upon finding Mrs. Horsford's body, which is a lie. They called her 2 hours later. 2 hours later, they found her 7 a.m. They called her 9 a.m. They're lying. There was no time elapsed as reported by various blog posts and outlets. So, of course, what they do is try to get their story out first before the other people like us that really know the details and really catches the signs that they're lies about, they try to put out in the media their story before his story, before the real story, before her story comes out, because her story is in the ground because she's technically dead. So they try to go ahead and basically mold the mind, condition the mind of the people, especially those that are consistently to be Caucasian or non-melanated people or white people, get those outlets first. So therefore, it is out there with their conditioned brain. So when people like me, they're out there like, no, there's more information to look into the story, I'm looking as a bad guy. I'm the one looking too much. I'm being, extra. No. There was time elapsed. They're lying. and this is ridiculous. So I'm not going to read any further, you know, there, but I will say, in relaying the time discrepancies on the coroner's report and the door entries and exits, it is important to understand that November the 4th was the night that daylight saving time ended. Okay, so at 2 a.m. the time falls back to 1 a.m. and in the hours repeats, therefore you had 2 hours at 1 a.m. back to back, which is logically explanation for why she went out at 1:57 a.m. but died at 1:30 a.m. There were two 1:30 a.m.s that morning, specifically regarding the injury. But wait, so she died at 1:30 a.m. Then no one heard her hit the ground. No one heard any kind of noise. No one heard anything. This sound like some kind of like sacrifice kind of stuff. This happened on a specific day where daylight savings time happened. Nobody know what happened to her. No one heard when she actually died, you know, and she was found at 7 a.m. Call calls at 9 a.m. Numbers mattered. I'm just saying. I don't know, but this ain't sounding right. This sound like some real scary-ish now. So, she died at 1:30, quote unquote, what they say here. Well, the autopsy report says that she died at 1:30 a.m. and there were two 1:30 a.m.s that morning because of the time change. Specifically regarding the injuries, the 3 independent law enforcement agencies verified that those injuries occurred as a direct result of the fall. There are no injuries inflicted upon Mrs. Horsford by anyone at the party. Regarding the Facebook post reference regarding no fall, the original 911 call before any deputies arrived stated explicitly that the first thought was that if it was a fall from the deck, only after our client had spoken with the law enforcement and heard what they thought did she post that there was no fall, as that was the original theory of the law enforcement. So, you know, the original theory was that it wasn't a fall. The original theory then came because we have to have a case as to what, you know, we're going to say about her dying and face down, so then it'll be a fall. And the coroner's report basically concluded that, and that's also what Jose had told the cops. That basically when he called 911. So I'm not going to read the rest of the article because it just goes into more information about what the attorney was saying and just addressing doubts and stuff like that. And it's honestly not anymore really to go over, but I'm just going to go ahead and give my piece. Y'all heard my commentary at the beginning of this video. I needed to go into that first before I can even get into that because I needed you guys to really understand. I don't know what kind of standpoint that you're coming from in this video, especially with me knowing that they already had put out information for conditioning for people to think certain ways. And so I wanted to make sure you got my understanding before I went to this story, and then you're looking at me like I'm a crazy person, which I'm not, because technically I feel like you're crazy if you don't understand that there's some missing details here that they're not telling me. Now this video did go a little bit longer than I expected, but it is definitely well worth it because this is a case, one of those mystery cases where there's definitely missed details. Now, what we do need to understand, it is 2019, and you know, 2019 is 2019 to us, but that's only about how many years? 40, 50, 60, 70 years, 80 years from, you know, when slavery existed, when, you know, integration just started, 1960, integration just hit the fan where people now are trying to be together. 1960, my mom was born in 1966, just putting it out there. So it wasn't that long ago when people really had this mindset. It's not foreign to me for places that are really country and rural areas that don't see people like me normally all the time, that they will still have that same brain. So I needed to go into that details before I went into the story. But this is very important. This is very important. So I do not want for you guys not to understand how important this story is, because this is the stuff that happens every single day where people get away with murder. And in this case, it is literal murder. If they do not reopen this case or do not further detail, you know, go into this, further investigate this case, they're going to get away with murder. Real murder, cold-blooded murder, you know? And for what? Because they are, you know, not of melanated culture. They are not, you know, my skin complexion, because they technically feel as though they can control and move around the society. Especially Mr. Jose. He was bold. He went in there and went in all these people's cases and got fired. But quote unquote, they say he's still working there, you know? So, I don't know. If you guys know about that, go ahead and leave it in the comment section down below. But this kind of stuff touches my heart. I do apologize if throughout here I did get a little bit emotional, you know, when it comes down to how I explain it, but that is what I want you guys to feel. I want you guys to understand how serious this case is and how serious Tamla's death is. And if I don't express it the way that needs to be expressed, you're not going to understand and express it the way that it needs to be expressed. And you're not going to be able to really understand the full messed up stuff about this. The full, like, flabbergasted, like, feeling that I have. Like, that's it. She fell off the balcony and that's it. Like, where are your cameras? Like, don't go anywhere by yourself. Don't go anywhere by yourself, especially if you're in the country. Don't go. If you don't have someone with you, do not go. Do not go. Be safe than sorry. That's all I gotta say. You have to be safe than sorry, especially in case like that. And that's sad. I gotta say that because certain people are in certain places you can go. I'm not saying I'm not trying to be like that, but sometimes it'd be better just not for you to go than for you to lose your life. And even then, it's like you're giving them power by saying that. So when I say I'm saying this, I'm thinking about it. You can't give people power over you like that. You can't. But it's sometimes better to be smart and just be humble than to die. And if you're going to go somewhere, make sure you have people. Make sure your phone's on speed dial. Make sure you have a hidden camera or GoPro. They have little micro cameras with you that you can put in your purse. Little micro cameras you can put in yourself. Like literally, I can put a camera right here through my buttonhole, and y'all wouldn't even know that's a camera right there. But I can do it. Just be proactive with making sure that you are going to make it home the next day, because you never know what can happen. So again, I hope that you guys made it to the end of the video. If you made it to the end of this video, you are a star, and you are actually giving as much respect to Tamla as you possibly can, because this videos like this is going to be able to push her case and actually get it reopened and get it investigated and get further details on what really happened to her. Besides this, we're going to keep our mouth closed. We have a bond. We're not going to mess each other up or go to jail for her. Somebody needs to go to jail. Somebody needs to go down. Somebody needs to get, you know, some repercussions for the death of this woman. There's no way in hell that no one is not going through anything. There's no way in hell no one is not actually being held accountable for this death. I mean, I'm not going to, okay, yes, death like this happen all the time, but no, guys, this is just not one of those cases where it was a normal fall. It's not one of those cases where it was one of those stories where this lady literally fell off a balcony. It's just not. It's just not. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it like that. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell on the right side of my screen. If you're a returning subscriber, hey fam, thank you for watching the video today. Please go ahead and research her, share my video, share other stories on her, put on your Facebook, Instagram, but all social media platforms. Tap into, you know, hashtag NAACP, hashtag mysteries, hashtag Tamla Horsford, hashtag, you know, anything and everything that you can, hashtag Donald Trump, hashtag United States, hashtag, you know, we here. We're here. It is 2019 and we're here. We're people. We have the right to know what really is going on. It's 2019, okay? With that being said, I'm out, you guys. R.I.P. Tamla Horsford. And my condolences go out to all of her family and her kids. And that's all I can say, y'all. I'm out.
Big boy on the track.